Welcome to the DJ Insider Podcast, sponsored by Amplified Events.
It's the only podcast where we break down insider information from our weddings, experience, and advice from over 15 years in the wedding industry.
We're your hosts. I'm Mike Kane, owner of Amplified Events.
And I'm Joe Obamani, the general manager of Amplified Events.
Let's get into it. All right, we're back.
Woohoo!
And on the podcast this week, as you know him, you love him, is a multiple podcast guest and literally our most avid, biggest fan of the podcast listener, owner of Arrested Sounds. Please welcome back Joe Christian.
Glad to be back. And yes, 100% believe that I'm the biggest podcast fan.
Yeah, you're I'm trying to think of like a fun nickname for our podcast listeners, like the Insiders or the Siders or the Side Boys or whatever. I don't know. But definitely you'd be the leader of the gang.
Gosh, I hope I get to lead that.
But yeah, we appreciate your support.
Be number one.
And listening, and we're so glad to have you back on. So 2026, it's May, second week of May. We're in it now. Proms are wrapping up, starting to get into weddings.
Yeah, it's been, I purposely for myself kind of started the year a little bit slower. In the thick of proms now, so ready for weddings. I have my first wedding of this, I'll call it the actual true wedding season, the 28th or 29th. I think it's the 28th, could be the 29th of May, down at Sandy Pines. Going to be a good one. Anytime we're down at Sandy Pines, it's always good. So great couple, and we're going to get to play some stuff that I don't normally do, which is looking forward to that. It's really stretching my some of my normal selection stuff. So always like, outside of the box.
Yeah. So
I try not to swear on this one.
So does anything happen this season so far that is like any stories that have happened, good, bad, ugly, like things that went well, that just memories you've had so far from working this season? Or things you're looking forward to this season?
Yeah, I mean, this year, again, I said, it's started slow for me. I had a couple of weddings in February. They both were at Aberdeen, and both came to party. Like, it was really nice. You don't normally get February weddings. They were back to back, so I got to leave equipment there. Thank you, Aberdeen, for that. I didn't even have to set up the I literally walked out, turned everything off, and walked out with a laptop after the first one, and then came back in with a little bit extra lighting and my laptop for the second one. And then, of course, being in Aberdeen, like how can you not be happy? But beyond that, we've been doing a few of the brunches at Running Vines. Shout out to Running Vines if you're listening in Northwest Indiana. Definitely the place to be for brunch. Mike, you actually you did one of those.
We did an 80s brunch for you guys, for them, with them. January, I want to say, or February.
It was cold.
It was cold and snowy.
I got to come hang out with you, and of course you killed it. So I got to come towards the end, and we had a couple of beverages, and that was good. But it's been been working on some side project stuff. Just kind of getting some equipment, changing some stuff out, just, trying to make the experience a little bit better than we have, and really been diving into music. Really, this year, a big thing that I wanted to do was really start truly diving in and doing a much better job with editing and creating my own edits. So I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. I actually just had a bride request a version of a song that there was no instrumental.
We hit the same thing,
and was able to create an instrumental and sent it. It was just today. Just sent it to her today, and there's still a little cleanup on my end that I need to do. But sent it to her, and she literally just sent an emoji, back crying emoji, and said, "This is exactly what I heard in my head. You nailed it." And I was like, "It's like perfect." So yeah, that's been paying off, and been working with my guys, on the same thing. Like, we're constantly sending each other what we're doing, and hopefully just being able to, with my goal for each one of my weddings is to create custom songs for each wedding, whether it's starting from, like this one literally started from scratch and built it off of what they wanted, and some just doing basic edits for, and some just doing mashup stuff. It's been a lot of fun.
Nice. So you're basically, they tell you, I want an instrumental version of this. Right now I can't find one, doesn't exist. And so you go into Pro Tools and edit out the vocals and remaster it, make it sound good, and then send it to her. Like, yes, I love it. It's going to work.
Let's diving into MIDI, and that's what I did yesterday, which kind of a shout out to my daughter because she's much better piano player. But really going and using MIDI to create a piano track.
Wow.
And so,
That's awesome.
Started from, I'm going to say almost scratch. I did use a melody line from an acoustic version of the song that I found as really the guide, and then built everything off of that.
Dude.
So it was pretty happy with it.
That's so awesome. Yeah, we got a bride. I talked to her last week. She's getting married. She's having her wedding next weekend. And she wanted a random song from the cartoon Phineas and Ferb to be the song she walks down the aisle to.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's from a cartoon. I'm looking for a piano version. They don't have a piano version. So I just called Kyle, who plays the piano, and he's like, yeah, I'll write you one. And he's like, I'm going to slow it down, make it more romantic. And I was like, yes. So I just literally paid a guy to do it. But like, I wish I knew how to do Pro Tools the way you do. But yeah, same thing. Is like, no, she's the only person who has that song, like on piano, it probably in the world. Like,
so I like when I send them out, I actually title them with, and I don't want to say the bride's, the soon to be bride's last name, or going to be new last name, but I literally title it one of one, whatever whatever their name is, wedding, and this was for her entrance. So and then I send it like, this is literally the only version of this that exists.
Oh, I love that. It's such a unique, custom way to make it just a very special thing for their wedding.
Yeah.
And I see that as a trend, where is like more and more people are wanting a more customized experience. And you and I, in preparation for the podcast today, we're talking about wedding trends. And so let's get into it. And it could be into music. It could be into anything with the industry. I'd love to start. Are you seeing any trends with your inquiries, with your sales, with your couple's preferences? Any just off the bat things that you're seeing as a larger, with our industry, with your couples this season?
So two really that stick out. I used to do most of my consultation type stuff face-to-face, then switched it slowly to virtual, and now people just want a quick phone call or a couple of text messages. I literally booked a wedding we'll call maybe halfway this morning. But from conversation last night via text, while in between trying to do piano, which on a side note, somebody that knows how to play piano would have done it like, maybe in 10 minutes, which took me like 2.5 hours, whatever.
But you got to save the money to.
Yeah. And I got to learn some tricks.
Yes, even better.
But was able to just, I think probably total time invested, 15 minutes.
Wow.
And then sent a contract out, and I actually got the notification that she paid it on the way here. So, like that is not normal, or at least that's not what I have been experiencing, but slowly but surely it is. People want less. They know what they want once they find it. And I think having a good social media presence, the reviews, anybody that's out there listening, that if you're not concentrating on reviews from clients, what are you doing? Why are you even doing this?
I don't know. It's not a pro. I'm baffled that they don't even ask how many people who consider themselves professional wedding DJs or vendors. They just, I don't even ask.
Yeah.
It seems rude.
Well, this was a conversation you and Joey had on the last podcast, or the most recent one, I should say.
Yeah, you got to ask.
Yeah, it's like, how else is somebody going to prove what you're doing? Most people want some sort of evidence before they're going to book with you. I can tell people all day long, like, hey, we do a really good job. We care about our couples. But when they can look back at reviews that are written and actually see that over and over and over, I don't even need to say it.
How could 500 brides be wrong?
Correct.
You know, when you look at it like the numbers, even if you're cherry picking the numbers, there's still 500 happy couples like that we're putting in print online that they're happy, 5-star experience.
Yeah. So if you are in any industry whatsoever where it is customer based, where you're trying to get people to use whatever it is that you're doing, and you're not taking advantage of reviews, what are you doing?
I don't know why people's focus of their business isn't on that. Like if you're providing a service, you should be focused on the client experience. That should be your main focus. How do they experience and work with us? And what is it like when we actually do the work? And are their clients happy? That's how you, in my opinion, you gauge the health of a business and the prosperity of it. How can you be successful if nobody knows about you? And certainly nobody talks about it online or shares anybody with their family or friends. I really think the days more and more of word of mouth are going to be less and less, going away. Speaking of trends, I think more and more people are going to be looking for their social media presence, literally social proof of, man, I want that DJ. Man, look at him on the mic. Man, look at that mix. Man, look at that dance floor. Man, you know, I think more and more people are not going to be, who was that DJ that you had at your wedding 5 years ago or something? You know.
Yeah. Yep. And if they don't have anything that out there to read, like, again, what are you doing?
Yeah.
The other trend that I see is waiting for the last minute.
Yes. I was going to say that.
Okay. If you are a bride and you're waiting to the last minute, I'm very sorry. Generally, anybody, Mike, certain all his guys are going to be booked. All of my guys are going to be booked. If you're waiting to the last minute, you're not going to get what you want. You're not going to get you're going to get what is left.
You're going to get who's available versus the best person.
Correct.
Yeah.
So don't wait. And when I say don't wait, if you haven't hit your big three, and your big three, I always say, are venue, photographer, and DJ.
Yeah.
And you're, in that year mark or less, you're behind.
Yes. Yeah.
You are behind.
Yeah, 18 to 12 months. Those are like really serious couples who want us. They reach out and they book in 18 to 12 months out with us. There's couples who are like, no, we have to have the vendors that we want. These are the top rated vendors for our area, for our venue, for whatever. There's a whole group of couples that reach out then. And then there's a couples that are like 12 months to 6 months that are like, oh, we're just kind of behind in planning, or we just got engaged or something. And like, we want you. And sometimes we're available, sometimes we're not. But then they get in that 6 month and less. And I'm like, I've turned away so many couples this year, maybe about 20.
Yeah.
Which it breaks my heart because I'm like, and I sent them to you, I sent them to Eric, but I'm almost positive you guys are already booked. And I don't know what to do. We have to make more friends who are solid, who are available.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. It's, I told you before we went on here today that I had somebody put an inquiry in yesterday, and they sounded desperate, and I felt sorry for them. And like, of course, I gave them your information, and hopefully it works out. But it was for like I want to say a late June wedding, and I'm it's May.
Oh, I think the 20 and the 27th, May. We're booked.
The wedding that I booked today is November of 2027. So those, and that was very quick. Like, she knew what she wanted. She found what she wanted, and she asked a couple of basic questions, and that was it. And it was, social media presence. Now, that end, I have somebody that runs my social media now. She's doing a fantastic job. That's taken a lot of time off my plate, but seeing the inquiries that are coming in, and when they're marking, social media stuff, I'm like, perfect.
You have to go where your couples are.
Yeah.
And that's something I want to continue to work on our end to like show we have the podcast, of course, but just having more content from our weddings, from our gigs that we're putting on social media, because I do think that's where the trend is going. I've seen that same thing. Couples wait forever to reach out. And and then we're booked. On the sales side of things, I am seeing this trend of either they don't care about price at all, like we want this, or they care so much about price that they're trying to like nickel and dime. We had somebody reach out Tuesday that was like, we just need how'd they said, we're looking for someone to MC and maybe curate a playlist. I was like, sounds like you need a DJ. And they're like, no. It's like, we just want someone to like press play during ceremony and then like maybe pick a few songs and then make a few announcements and bring your own microphones. I was like, that sounds like a DJ, and it sounds like you don't want to pay for a DJ. It was like, we're trying to keep it under a certain amount. And so we just sent them our pricing, and they're like, you're out of our budget. And like, we thought so, that's fine. But they're trying to break up parts of our job and just buy the parts they want.
Yes.
Versus like recognizing that's the full job. Like that's the thing. It's like talking to a photographer, hey, can we just rent a camera from you? Or like, can we borrow a lens? And like, what's your price per lens?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And it's, we're similar, in cost of things. And, we know that we are not for everybody.
Yeah.
But we also are doing more than the average company. We are a professional end company. And yeah, we aren't going to we'll just bring one speaker and one light and one microphone. Like, it's either we're going to do what we do or we're not. And it is disheartening sometimes when somebody wants to kind of pick and choose some items and downplay what's going on, and we don't really need this and we don't really need that, and it's like, I don't think that we're a good fit for you.
Get rid of the light, get rid of the microphone.
Because
that DJ with one turntable,
without having all the tools, we can't deliver the experience that we're used to, that has built what we have done, that has got our almost 1,000 5-star reviews across all the platforms. Like, we can't do that without the right tools.
Invoice a carpenter for the number of nails he uses. It's I'll cut the wood myself.
If you can only have one nail per 2x4.
So silly. It's you're starting out with the wrong basis, wrong assumptions. But we're seeing a lot of that. I do see a lot as far as trends going with couples' preferences. I'm seeing a lot more and more people cutting out the traditions of like bouquet and garter, cutting out even like introductions or just wedding party rather than introducing each couple. Definitely haven't done the shoe game in a minute. I've been a while. I don't think I have right now. I don't have any sparkler send-offs. Are you noticing any trends with like the traditions or the preferences?
I agree with you on the bouquet or on the garter, and like that is, I may have one or two this year so far. The bouquet, I see that we're doing a lot more dedications, or we're not doing anything at all.
Yeah.
And when I say the dedication, for anybody that's listening and not sure what I'm saying on that, that is bouquet dedication to mom.
Yeah.
And we're normally doing that, at the end of dinner. As far as the send-offs, I've got one or two this year. As far as other trends, like I see the t-shirt toss being done. It's about providing additional stuff for guests. And I always tell everybody, like, as far as traditions, there aren't any. The only tradition I care about is, what do you want to do? Mm-hmm. And here's what we have done in the past. Here's what we can do. Here, I see this as, these are some cool things that I've seen on TikTok. What do you want to do? That's the tradition that I want, is whatever you want to do. And that's been, really my approach for at least the past 2 or 3 years, is you don't have to do anything, or you can do everything. I see slow songs slowly, do like the bride that I just met with the other day. She's like, it's not really our vibe, and we don't want any. And I'm like, done. Then we don't have. She's like, we're gonna do our first dances we are going to open up the dance floor with a slow song, and then we're going to do a slow song at the end. In between, we don't want anything. And we're doing nothing in parties. She's like, we're big partiers. Our friends are big partiers. And we just want to party. And, I'm sure you're doing the same thing with, instead of slow songs, sing-alongs.
Yes.
The groom is a big Creed person. I've got a special place in my heart for Creed as well. So we're going to, use some of their selections, and slow things down, but keep the party going versus doing a slow song. So I see that, this year as one of those trends where the slow song question part on our questionnaire is like, do we have to do this? No, you don't actually. So.
Yeah, we're seeing the same thing. It's usually one or two, or not very many at all. And yeah, they want us to just throw a great party for them. I'm definitely seeing more and more couples say, don't take requests. And more couples say, hey, we trust you as a DJ. Like, if there's something on our list isn't working, fill in with your own stuff, do your own thing. We trust you. I'm seeing more and more couples wanting to hire a pro and then trusting that pro, which is very encouraging for me because I've been preaching about it on this podcast for a long time. What about trends that are dying out that you're kind of happy? I'm glad to see this kind of going.
I don't know if this isn't necessarily dying. Line dances.
Yes. Yeah.
I keep seeing that more and more, and I'm not going to say that I encourage it, but I do. We don't need line dances. Now, one of the takeaways that I had from a conference that I went to a few years back was making sure that decisions are being made and your couples are being, presented with, to have this party, you've got to have guests. And so you've got to have some guest thought process in mind when you're looking at what you're allowing to play and what you're allowing to not play, and what style that you want, because we also don't want to alienate guests. So, I always go, if I never play another line dance again, I will be happy as can be. And I was, then I will add that, if you don't want any line dances, that's fantastic. But if you don't care, let's just do one, just to appease those people. We'll get it in early, and then we'll never look at them again. And so, as far as like on the music, and that's one of the trends that's coming up, and I'm seeing a lot of no Taylor Swift, which I could care less either way.
Yeah.
I just got notes for an 8th grade farewell dance, and that was the number one thing on their list. No Taylor Swift. No Taylor Swift and no gold.
Yeah. I'm definitely happy to see Bouquet Garter on its way out. Less and less. Definitely happy to see less and less sparkler send-offs. I actually miss meeting with people in person, but I have had that same experience post-COVID. It's like everybody just does a quick phone call or a Zoom call. And that's enough. We have the great Alan Berg said, just, the reason I have where you can purchase without talking to me on my website is because people asked for it and then they started doing it. So we set up something similar where somebody reaches out, we'll send you pricing. There's literally a click through, basically small sales presentation if you want to read through and do some research. And then they can literally pick their own package, price it out, and then sign and pay without ever talking to us. And we've had a few weddings like that. So that's always cool. But I prefer to talk to people because I think, let's get a good vibe. How do I understand, what you're wanting, if it's what we provide, that sort of thing. But people who don't want to talk to anybody, one thing I forgot to mention, I'm seeing more parents reach out. Like, hey, my son is getting married, or my daughter's getting married, and I need the pricing, and I'm going to be the person booking it because they're in school, they're busy, and/or seems like that's what the parent does. I'm seeing a lot of that where the parent booked us, and then we just contact the couple for like the particulars about the songs and that kind of thing.
I will agree with you on that. There's been I never even thought about it, but yes, I 100% agree with you that I am dealing with a lot more parents just on the initial reach out, and then of course all payment, and then then obviously speaking with son or daughter or whomever. But yeah, Absolutely. Guess I didn't even think about that, but yeah, 100%.
We've also had, it's kind of inside baseball, but I've had quite a few, I would say like 5 people in the last year. When it's time to pay their bill, they're like, your payment processor's not working. And I'm like, so then I immediately contact our payment process. They're like, no, it's working. And then I'm like troubleshooting, is it the wrong email they're putting in? And then finally I realized they don't have the money. And they're just hoping that I'll accept that as the excuse to give them more time. I look at it as just be honest and tell me I'll bring a check the day of, or I'll pay, And I'm like, okay, I'll be there the day of. Until I'm paid, I'm not setting up. I'm ready to go. We have it 2 weeks before the wedding to give them some extra time for that. But I've had more and more people say, oh, your thing's not working. And then I literally do a deep dive because I'm terrified that we mess something up or.
Sure.
But more and more people are like, no, we can't pay you. But they don't say that. They're just, they make me go on a rabbit hunt for.
Yeah. I will say that I've had where 10 years ago, I never had anything, like never. I had a couple not a couple, but I had a few. I had a few weddings last year where ultimately came down to we're having some financial difficulties, and I like to think that I'm a pretty forgiving guy, so we figured out some alternate ways to take care of it.
If they're humble and they communicate, I'll work with someone. Yeah. But if they like make a lie up and make me track down, I'm like, no, it's due right now. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely.
We've had 2 people do that with deposits. They sign the contract and they're supposed to pay the deposit right then. In order for it to be a booking, it has to be signed contract and our retainer fee has to be paid. And we've had 2 people that like weeks go by. And so we send them, hey, following up. And then it was like, okay, at this date, if it's not paid, we're opening the date back up. We're not going to hold this date for you. We already shouldn't have been, but we were nice. And literally had one person reach out after that, and then they finally did book. And then I'm still waiting on another one right now. They're like, I reached out to her many, many times. And still June 1st, if she isn't paid, we're going to archive the contract and
holy smokes,
reopen the date back up because she hasn't paid her retainer fee. And we're not going to continue holding that date for you.
Yeah.
So I'd rather she just say, hey, I can't pay it, or I can make this payment, work out something with us.
Communication.
Yeah. But she signed back in February. So we've been more than generous with the time. And and she reached out in April. It's like, oh, I still want to book. I'm like, you already are booked. You signed the contract. You just have to sign. You have to pay us.
Sure.
So it's a reserve. But anyway, let's talk gear and tech. Anything you're really excited about? Stuff that's just like really working well for you?
So I am a Native Instruments user. My ecosystem is Native Instruments /Tractor. They've come out with some plug-in stuff for editing, and that kind of stuff. Either Elements 12 is fantastic. But as far as like they went into some solvency issues. I'm not exactly sure. I was like, ooh, I hope they don't go out of business because everything that I have is Native Instruments. But I just saw somebody bought them that owns quite a bunch of musical end stuff. Moog and I can't ever pronounce it right. AKAI, however you pronounce that.
Yes, yeah.
But they just bought them. So whatever that conglomerate is. And so I would expect some new controllers to come out. I'm a big fan of stems, and the current stem situation with the current tractor controllers, it works, but they could be so much better. So I'm hoping that something like that. As far as anything else, we upgraded some speakers this year, but it went. I'm for like bigger stuff using the LD Maui 44 G2s. Just upgraded one of my guys to the smaller version of 28 G3s and G3 mix. So brought him into the digital mixer realm. I upgraded my whole really sound, and then one of the other guys sound who loves sound stuff to the Allen Heath CQ18Ts. The sound that you can get with the digital, I I'm blown away with how much better I can get sound having a digital mixer versus an analog, to be able to stand out front with an iPad and really clean and troubleshoot, ring out a room, and all the good stuff that you can do with it. I just had Chesterton and Valpo Proms, and I had to turn the bass down because there was too much, and a room full of kids, like, you're like, oh no, you can't be too much. It was
You're pushing too much air.
it was fairly impressive. I'm running, the dual JBL SRX 828 SPs, so dual 18s, basically two cabinets of those, and then the Maui's I ran first prom this year. So there's another 15-inch set of 15, which crazy. But just it's I'm a sound snob. I've said it many times, and the clarity that you can just really dial things in. So yeah, that's really about it. Sure, came out with those SLX plot D or SLX D plus or whatever. So those are interesting. I bought the older version just before they came out with the new ones, and I almost returned them. I'm like, but I like them, so we're gonna keep them. Other than that, really no lightings. All I just have upgraded. We upgraded lighting last year, so really there's nothing new on my end. How about you?
We definitely upgraded to using a Wolf mix. We're finally in the 20th century, which is game changer. I freaking love it because we have all of our up lights on it. We have our dance floor lights on it. Just having that level of control has changed the light show. I can't believe we did it the other way for so long. So now I'm trying to upgrade the whole team to that. The next phase, once everyone gets comfortable with that, is to go on to movers and wash movers and that kind of thing. But we've been using the Spider Wash. It's fantastic. It's cheap. It's lightweight. It's a great, super bright light. Yeah. Battery powered if you want it. I mean, it's just so versatile. For ceremony, we were using Kamikaze, but I just got this new set of DJI, these little tiny mini. They're normally used for camera mics, but and I know I've seen some videos online. Don't use camera mics. They work great for ceremonies. We've not had any dropouts, any issues. I love it. Low profile, lightweight. Everything.
I know which ones that you're talking about.
It's a run and gun. It's a little magnetic. I can't remember the name of them. I just got them. I'm going to try them out this weekend. But our Michigan guy Jeff, he's been using them. He loves them. There's a gain control on the thing, on the main receiver.
Are those a 2.4, 5 point?
I think they're 5.0. They might be I have to look it up. I know the Kamikaze are 2.4.
Yeah.
And we've been using those with relatively no problems. But I like a smaller, lighter, better thing with better gain control. So I'm always looking to improve, and they're cheaper. So, but I'm always looking to improve.
Technology.
Keep things. We love our E-Verse 8s. They're just standard.
That's everybody on my
for ceremony. It's insane. We've been switching over to. We've been Evolve 50s forever, but we're switching to RCFs. The 3, 4 of our guys have them now, and they're great. We've been using J8s and the Evox 12s. But I'm excited about this J11. I keep seeing things about.
I almost pulled the trigger on a mic. I almost pulled the trigger, and instead I went with the. That's I got the quote from my man at Sweetwater, Nick.
Good old Nick.
And I got the quote, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And then I was like, but I really want to step in the digital mixer realm, and I wanted it. There's a couple of different things that I was looking at. And I have had the opportunity to hear the 28 G3s out. And I was blown away at them. And I'm like, it was $1,000 difference where the RCFs, the new J11s, they're very simplistic. You've got to have an external mixer to really make them work. And I was like, I just think for the money, for what it is, like, I don't think it's comparable. So I went with the LDs, and first time I got to use them was just at it was actually during a lunch period at school. It was at Chesterton High School. They call it Decision Day. and I just got them in the mail the day before, so I just took one in and didn't really, just ran it flat. Didn't really know how to work it, to be honest with you. Then turning it on and pairing my phone, and I was like, hot damn! Like these, I enjoyed the Evolves, and I've got 4 pairs of them. Bought the first pair in 2017, but I'm phasing them out. Just on hours of use that they have in them, but there's no comparison.
Yeah,
Like there is no comparison on the 28s compared to the Evolves. Relatively the same price. Evolves are the 28s are a little bit bigger, just a hair heavier, but sound so much better.
Yeah.
But that's the difference in years. Like I don't think they have done much changing of anything on the Evolve. So it's 2017 tech versus the G3s came out in, I think, 25. So I grabbed those instead of the J11s, and I didn't have to wait they came right to my door. The J11s were still on
order. Yeah, waiting.
On order. And the $1,000 difference, like,
yeah, how bad do I want to try this? Yeah.
No, the SPL, it was 127 to 132, but then the J11s, they had a plastic or polymer, whatever the hell they call it, cabinet. And I was like, okay. I like the warmth of the wood, personally.
Yeah, and I wonder what difference that makes in sound with the polymer versus the wood.
That's where the warmth. I mean, I don't know if you remember the first time that you came out when I was at the gathering place or whatever it was. No, nothing. The place in Valpo.
When you first tried your Evolve 50s?
Yeah, and they had you come out and you're like, they're so warm. It's
that banquet hall.
Yeah.
What is the name of that? It's right on Calumet.
Yeah.
I remember.
I can't think what the name of the place is, but it's that wood cabinet.
I ended up buying like 7 or 8 of those, sets of those speakers because of that.
It's the warmth of the cabinet. Right?
And they used to be $1,300. Now they're like $1,800. Yeah. So huge difference in my opinion. And you're not getting better speaker. It's just $500-$600 more per speaker.
Yeah.
So,
and they've went up substantially over the past 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. And I kind of been going away from them besides the Everse 8. But when I heard those EV90s at Midwest DJs Live, I was blown away.
Yeah.
They're all very big and they're very expensive. And I don't know how I would lift those, but I couldn't believe how good they sounded.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely props to them on that. But I don't want to have to lug them.
That's right.
B,
it looks kind of silly. It's like a giant.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that is a 2-person.
Yeah.
That's a 2-person thing.
You might as well just use a big old.
Most of the stuff that we're doing, you don't need something so big.
No, you don't.
I mean, most of the stuff that I'm doing with the Mauis, it's too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's too much, but I just love the sound that I get out of them, so that's why.
And you have a van, and
van and carts, but it's not an 18-inch sub that weighs God knows how much. I have no idea.
Any piece of gear or tech that you're just totally frustrated? I've had it. I'm kind of over this.
Only piece of gear that I've ever had that I was like, this is garbage, is the My DMX Go. I still have 2 units that I never actually got to work. So if you ever, they may still, this is before I bought the Wolf Mech. So
yeah,
really there's nothing, like I don't want to say cheap. I'm pretty efficient with making sure that I'm not buying stuff that I'm not going to be able to use. So I'm a big fan of user reviews, influencer reviews, watching people use it, getting the opportunity to go see it, if I'm going to buy something. So really, there's nothing that I can think of.
Yeah.
How about you?
Dude, I can agree. So some of our old printing dongles, when we do printing, we do wireless printing. Some of the old ones, they never really worked. They crapped out almost right away. A lot of technical bugs in them. The new one's been working great. But the big thing that really gets in my craw, that every DJ probably relates to this, is DJ industry, make better bags. If you're using a soft bag with a zipper, make it super quality. I'm talking military grade quality. I will pay more if I know that bag's not going to crap out after 3 months.
Yeah.
Zipper's going to come off the rail. It's going to be holes in it. Just from normal wear and tear, putting it in a car and pulling it out. the bags crap out. We have so much of our gear that the bags are broken.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm not going to buy another cheap bag. And so what I try to do then is like, well, do I go hard case, which is generally about a third or fourth of the price of the light, which I don't want to do. I like soft cases because they're quick, they're lightweight, and they load easily. If you do a hard case, you're stuck with that shape. You can't bend it, you can't move it, you can't break it down smaller. Not against hard cases, but a lot of my staff have cars and trucks and smaller vehicles, so I need soft cases. But man, China makes the best soft cases in my experience for most things. Chauvet do better. Like
My gosh, garbage
cases. It's like a light paper.
That was when as soon as you said cases, I was like, oh yeah, Chauvet, their cases are absolute dog shit.
Great lights, terrible cases.
Yeah, good gravy. Like I had bought those Chauvet, whatever, the Freedom Pars.
Yeah.
And whatever cases you have with those, now those were well made. Now that I will say that the zippers did eventually crack.
Those were probably the ones I got from Both Lighting that back before that had a USA branch. I used to order them from China. My guess is if there were soft cases, they might have been that. They also might have been Chauvet. I don't know.
No, they definitely weren't, because I have the Chauvet versions.
Okay.
And they're fucking.
I have had both soft case Chauvet and hard and soft case from Both Lighting, which is from China.
Yeah.
Much better quality. I mean, the canvas, the sewing.
Yeah.
The zipper is more robust. It's a stronger. You can just tell by feeling it in your hands. The Velcro doesn't wear out as quickly. I mean, I'm telling you, I've gone through so many cases, and in my opinion, it's unprofessional. It's embarrassing, and it's just like a basic thing that if you put a little more effort into, the industry did, like I would pay more for that because I know that it's worth. It's going to last.
And I'm sure you're the same that I am. Like you're buying a piece of gear, you want it to last, and you're not throwing it around. Like I'll go when I was using gig bars.
Yeah.
Like
all of our gig bars are broken. All of the cases are broken.
I was like handling those like fine china, and the case is still broken. It was like, how the hell? I think I've got 5 of the gig bars because that's what we were using at one point, and every one of them have more Gorilla Tape than canvas on them.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah,
that's insane. We're paying $800 for a light. Like just. Charge us $100 more. Give us a good case.
Yeah,
like that doesn't go bad, or give us a hard case. I don't care. But like seriously, it's insane. And speaking on that, we have I think 3 or 4. I might have sold one. Gig bar moves. One literally, it's the right one. The right mover. The bulb burns out, and I can't replace the bulb. Like I have looked it up hard. It's insane to me that I can't fix something that I bought, and they have no way. I've tried multiple times, but it's really annoying how quickly a piece of tech that you buy, the light doesn't.
Those were what, $1,400-$1,400?
Yes,
that's wild.
Yes, and you can't. It's not easy to take apart. It's definitely there's no way to like buy a new bulb or fix it. It's really annoying, and I think it looks unprofessional, and that's why I'm moving over to Both Lighting and using just wash lights, and eventually up our game to movers.
Yeah,
but. And we long ago stopped using the gig bar moves and started just using a 4-bar wash light thing because I like a wash look versus a like laser and derby look.
Definitely antiquated. Is that the word?
Derbies and lasers are out. Speaking of trends.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, we know that the photographers in the area, like when I went away from those and started using just washes. I had more photographers that were like, "Oh, thank you so much."
It's a cleaner look.
They don't get dots and craziness on them.
And also, we're mobile DJs. I mean, like, what kind? I mean, we can do. I'm looking into getting the poles and that kind of thing, and definitely going to add 2 more the sparklers because those were sick. The ones that you loaned us out.
Did you see the latest one where they caught them?
I did see that. I was like, that ain't us. That's
a scary thing. Like after seeing that, I kind of did I think I will be the only person that ever.
Few and far between.
Yeah,
we're gonna get 2 of them, and so we'll have more. But honestly, I've held off. But when I used yours this This year, it blew me away. How
I have certain venues that I will use them at, and certain venues that I won't, even if they would allow in certain places. Like I would have loved to take them out for prom, but and I could have used them at both places. I'm just so afraid that I'm going to catch somebody's dress on fire.
Yeah.
Like I just
it'll just be the one random time, and that's it. That's all it takes, and not worth it.
No. So
what are this season, or what have been, or even maybe not this season, but like as a business owner, as a small business owner in the wedding industry, what are some of the biggest challenges that you're experiencing, and then what are some of the biggest accomplishments that you've experienced?
I think they're both. I'm going to say they're going to be very similar. Biggest challenge for me personally, I should say professionally, is having enough people. It's literally like if you're listening to this, and Mike's in the same boat, so
we are.
But it's having enough people, and my guys that I have, are fantastic, but they don't want to DJ 50 weddings a year. And if I had 5 more guys, I think that I could probably satisfy the need that's coming in, which then I will take is probably one of the biggest accomplishments is I have way more business coming in than I can do, which tells me that what we're doing is good. So it's, it's a pro and a con. But I wish neither one of them were I wish the con wasn't the case. But that's really the biggest thing. And then, personally, it's time. It's time. I've, started, I have somebody taking care of social media now. That's been a big thing. Every once in a while I put stuff out, but she handles it and does a great job. And I don't have to do anything with it. She just does a great job with it. So, if you're on the fence, anybody out there on the fence about, having somebody running your social media, hey, make sure that, they have some references. But boy, it's definitely well worth it. I would love to hire somebody to take care of the business paperwork end of things, the invoicing and that kind of stuff, because
does the follow-up emails,
I'm sure you're using automation end of things.
We use some of that, but I still have my own books internally that I have to fill out.
Yeah. So, we just went through tax season, that headache, and I think I've got a good grasp on how I do it, but it still takes me probably, I would say 6 to 8 hours getting everything ready to send to the accountant to actually do the taxes. Just time. I just wish I had more time, because I'm working a full-time job and then, coming home and doing a full-time
job and then going and doing events.
And doing a full-time job. So, it's not a secret. My wife has, she's not necessarily, we won't call it retired, but she will be resigning her position as a teacher, at the end of the year. And
this year?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. She's got like 10 days left.
That's great.
Yeah. So she potentially, will start helping me because the position that she's going into, won't be as mentally taxing as
more time.
Yeah.
More
teaching
energy.
Because, when she comes home, she's got, papers and that kind of stuff and parents, and, she's generally on until about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
Still more work.
Where she won't have that. So the intention is to put her on the payroll and have her start doing some of that, because she's super organized. She's so much smarter than I am. So it's it hopefully will help alleviate some of that other stuff, which then I can put my effort into what I'm better at, because I'm not good at that.
Yes. Yeah. I love to hire out what I'm not good at and focus. Then it gives me more time to focus and be really good at what I am good at.
Yeah.
No, I'm in that same boat. Our biggest challenge, ironically, is like we are receiving more inquiries than we are able to do. And that's a good problem to have as a business. Obviously, word's gotten out about both of our companies that if you go with these guys, you're going to get a professional experience. I love seeing in the different, Facebook groups and local people need a DJ, and then just people tag us. I don't tag myself. People tag us. I think that's kind of bottom feeding in a lot of ways. And you can see like a lot of people like, oh, please, I'd be happy to do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Keep my mouth shut on that, but I do appreciate all the tagging that goes on for us. But I
appreciate the tagging. I don't. That's
there.
not how I get my business. I appreciate when people find us that way, but I'm not going to be personally telling them, hey, what I do is when I see someone I know is good, I'll like it. I go, I like, oh, that sounds like. Someone else says about it. I love that past brides and other vendors will tag us and mention us. That's great. I'll do the same for them when it's them up in there. I don't personally. I think that's so thirsty. That's so desperate.
Yeah, I don't.
I just sent you a DM with our pricing. Here's examples of my work. Please let me book this. I'm like, whew.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
I agree with you, Mike, 100%.
Bottom feeding is the way that's a terrible term for it, but it's the only way I can describe it. That it's people who are so desperate for business that they're willing to, there's no dignity at all.
Yeah, value yourself, otherwise no one's going to value you.
That's the way I look at it. I was like, just do a good job, word will get out. If you are not doing a good job and word's not getting out, like what is going on? Why are you taking to the...
Yes. And I have...
People can smell that on you.
Oh,
when you're
yeah.
desperate to book them, they can smell that. And they're like, no, thanks. I'm not good. I'll go with someone else.
And I'm, on sales end, I'm not against when I have somebody, that I can tell really wants to work with us, but maybe we are just on that high end. I am willing to work with people like that.
Yeah. Same.
All day
Especially
long.
if they're like, yeah, we just.
But I'm not going to go beg.
No, if people are like, we don't think you're worth this, I'm like, well, then go somewhere else. Yeah. There's a lot of guys out there. There's a lot. I can see all these people, and they're like, oh, this person. It's me. Hey, it's me. It's your boy. And I'm like, okay, that's your boy. Go with them.
No. And I haven't done, I'm fairly oblivious to the social media for the most part. I try not to do, now that I have somebody that's running it.
Yeah, stay out of it.
Yeah, I don't really do much of it. I will just get a text from her every so often. Hey, somebody has sent a message in. Do you want me to handle it, or do you want to handle it? And normally I like to still have my hands completely in, any kind of messaging that's gone through. But beyond that, I stay off, especially I call the Facebook land, stay completely off that. I have nothing to do with the Facebook end of things on a personal thing. I'm not going to lie and say that I don't enjoy the TikTok death scroll. Man, do I enjoy that. But I've learned so much on it too. I have learned and seen and gotten ideas, both business-wise and then personally, finance strategies and business stuff. Some of that death scroll does pay off.
Yeah.
But, getting into the caddy stuff and, the show-off stuff, no thank you. No brag book for me.
Not for you.
No.
Not for you. Let's kind of get into the last segment here, which are kind of some of your favorite songs lately. And top of your head, or you can think about it too. Do you have a favorite dance floor filler that is like, I'm just gonna play this and it's gonna get this crowd going?
I hate to use the same thing.
Sure.
But you also have to go what the people want.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a consistent song over and over, and probably has been on the high 90% of plays or must play, Usher, yeah.
Dude, so good. It's a classic. It's so...
and I hate this, but that is, if there's ever a down, if I need to get attention, boom, and it works it just works. And I hope that never falls into the land of the line dance. It's not come up on the no place. Pink Pony Club has failed miserably. Chesterton Prom, the kids turned around and were like,
nope, we're done with her.
I was like, okay. Yeah. And I experienced that one other time. I was like, oh, let's just.
No, there was a year or two that was hot song, but not
completely,
anymore.
Like I told all my guys, unless it's a must play, get away from it. It's gonna come back. Other than that, one of the go-tos for me last year, and it was a resurgence, is or at least for me, Forever Chris Brown.
Dude,
I hadn't used that, and I avoided using it for quite a few years.
It's overplayed forever. Forever it was overplayed.
And I'm using that now almost like a slow dance. Where
kind of building up, sing
or even
along,
like,
everybody knows
even like
it.
Best Love Song.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like,
Dude,
and that vibey. So instead of doing slow dances, we're doing stuff like that. And it works. It just works, and we're not doing slow dances. I'm just not a big fan of the slow dance if we don't have to, unless it's a requested. I'd rather find an alternate way to play stuff that's not overplayed and is on a must play list or on a request list. So yeah, and trying to get away from just if I don't play Bruno Mars at a wedding, success. If I don't,
lots of couples are saying don't play.
Yeah,
they're doing that in Taylor. They're saying nope, none of those.
Those guys. I mean, I agree. Those have come up quite a bit. To me, like this, for me, this is going to be the year of mashups, because I've been busting my hump creating some stuff.
Dude, I've heard some of those. They're so sick.
I played one the other day at Valpo Prom early. It's wasn't definitely not a dance floor one, but my assistant, who is hopefully going to really come on as he was like, "Oh my God, this is awesome! Where did you get this from?" And I was like,
"Me,
I made it.
I built it.
I'm like, I made it." He's like, "Shut up!" And I'm like, "No, I'm serious."
Is this this Walking on the Grove Street Party one? That one, it's been stuck in my mind how good that song is.
Yeah, I'm actually going to. I've got just a little bit more. Like, I'm not completely satisfied. I hope in the next week or two to have it like, okay, it's done. Boom, master it, and then I'm gonna put it on, some bits and pieces here and there on some social media, just to see what the opinion is, because DJ Studio, where I did that through, they have like I don't want to call it a contest, but like a submittal thing that, so I'm going to,
could win that contest.
I'm going to probably put that on there, and see what happens. So, but yeah, that's where I'm at.
I freaking love it. For those listening, he mashed up two songs you would never think to mash up. It's Waka Flocka Flame's Grove Street Party. And Empire of the Sun's Walking on a Dream, and it shouldn't go together, but it does, and it both songs are improved by it. And I'm telling you, even if you're an old person, you're gonna freak out when you heard. I freaked out when I heard. I was like, "This is so good."
I'm happy with it. And there's a story behind it. I'm not going to tell the story. Mike, you know the story on how that came together, but yeah, it surprised the piss out of me because it shouldn't work.
It shouldn't.
The only reason that it does is the rapping end. It's not a competing with a key structure.
Yeah.
So that's the only, but even some of the components of the song, being able to use it in conjunction with Walking on a Dream, it shouldn't work, but it does.
Yes.
So
yes, for my dance floor fillers, I've got two. When I'm early in the night, when I'm ready to be like, it's time to party. Like, it's just that flip where like, okay, we got some of the old people stuff. We got some of the familiars out of the way. I switch to Flow Riders Low. Like low, low, low. And sometimes I use a variation or a mix or a mashup or something. But always that song, just okay, we're dancing, we're partying. Yeah. That's it. It's on. Similar to Usher's, it's on. And then later in the night, I love to mix it in, especially with that long vocal kind of intro. Every Time We Touch by Cascada.
Yeah. What do you mix it in with?
I've done Inwards in Paris. I've done the No Hands. I've done Fergalicious. I've done what did I do recently? I just did it 2 weeks ago. I can't remember. But I still feel your... I'll just use the vocal for that, but I'll put it over like whatever I'm coming out of, their instrumental, and it always works. And people are like, "Oh my God," because there's that build up everybody knows, and then you just drop it when they just Every Time We Touch. That was the last song of the night last weekend. Banger. Everybody was going crazy.
Yeah, I can definitely see. And I will say that's not one that I use too often, just because I hate the long intro.
Yeah.
But I guess, in the days of, now you have stems and whatnot, maybe I should throw it back in because you can stem out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid. I actually like that because it's teasing, especially if you can take the instrumental from the other one and just loop it and just drop in. Oh, they go nuts. If they line up, there people are like, what?
Yeah.
It's such an energy hitter. Song that you love to play that you rarely get to play.
When you sent me this, I really scratched my head on this because there's not.
You strike me as a man who always does what he wants.
Well, my wife, she heard that. I don't necessarily have favorite songs that I can play in a wedding setting.
Yeah.
So
the stuff you like to listen to is not stuff people are going to dance to.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's anything when you just said a man that likes to do what he wants to do in the wedding setting, the stuff that I want to play, I always play it.
Yeah, you just do it
because I just do. And it's there's cocktail stuff that I like to play. There's I call end of dinner stuff that I like to play.
I love that.
And then there's party stuff that I like to play. And I don't get to play it. Like the cocktail and end of dinner stuff, I normally can slide the one or two songs in. The party stuff, it's, probably I would say 75, 80% of the time I can get the stuff in that I like. One of them spins like.
So good.
Yeah. And even like No Hands, like who doesn't love some No Hands? Like, but yeah, I mean, there's not too much in the wedding realm that I don't get to play that I like. How about you?
I mean, I love anything 80s. Sometimes people are down for that. A lot of times they're not. So anything 80s. But I definitely rarely get to play, but I love to play Return of the Mac.
End of dinner.
That's a good slow jam. 90s.
That's one of my
90s kind of club hit. Everybody kind of knows,
That's my end of dinner. That's one of those ones.
It's a roller skating song,
I've got to play because it's multi-generational. It's just one of those. It's a vibing thing. People love it. It's a head bobber. It sounds good. It's a good that's one of my songs that I'm
going to start working in that post dinner. I'm going to start. I will warm the floor. I usually don't do that kind of stuff, but I'm going to start doing that because that is such a jam. I know if I can play that, I'm like, oh, I know like 20 other songs you're going to love.
I've never played it in party time. One time.
There's been a few times, but it's not regularly.
Yeah.
And the other one is Shake That by Eminem. That's a banger. It's Spencer on the podcast a couple weeks ago, and he's like, you don't play that? I was like,
yeah.
No, I don't. I should, but I love that song. In my opinion, it's too good for most crowds because if I play it, they're like, what is he doing? And I'm like, it's a great song. And they're like, yeah, maybe like 20 years ago.
I was using that two songs, like Get Low, and that like for probably 5 or 6 years. Like if I play Get Low, 100% of the time, Shake That was coming out of it because it worked so well. And then Shake That stopped working for me. And I was like, what the hell? And then I went into what's the two Trailer Park Girls running around? The other Eminem. What's it?
Without Me? Is
yeah,
that? Yeah.
There we go. And started because it's just another 5 BPM up, so it still works. And I love the two Trailer Park Girls, so my favorites.
Any songs that get slept on, or songs that are just too good for most crowds? Like they're just.
Again, like I'm playing the stuff like. I'm playing what I think that will work. Stuff that I never thought that I would play at a wedding that worked. It's going to have to be the right group. Break Things. Biscuit.
Dude.
Talk about an igniter there.
Dude.
But beyond that, there's like the slept on stuff. Like we normally, with my guys, after the weekend, it's like, anything hitting. And there's nothing that that I can say that anybody's saying at this point that's being slept on. I didn't think that Best Love Song was going to be something that kind of really worked, or even Forever, pulling that back. And that was, that was not last year. Before I started getting those and the must plays, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's what we're doing. And yeah, so maybe I slept on those, years, and who knows, at the end of this wedding season, I could say I slept on this. But I'm constantly digging, I love podcasts, obviously. The Drew and Fuse podcast, like they're doing, and I should have looked at what was on there.
We should contact them. I bet you they would do like a duo with us.
Yeah, they just put a thing out, and it was anybody that's part of their Patreon, put in one song that should be in the top 100 actual weddings.
Should be actual, yeah.
Yes, because they did two. They did a Claude and a Chat GPT, and both lists were fucking 3/4 of it was dog shit. So everybody put everybody's putting their thing. So what did I put in? I put in the spins. I mean, and it's the correct version. The
Yes.
Burnout. Shout out the Burnout.
The Burnout remix.
Half Mass. Yeah.
Yes.
It's got to be that version. Yeah, that's like I got lost where I was at. That's my mind, how that works. But I need to look at that list to see what else is on there, because I'm constantly digging for stuff and listening and, and trying to create stuff that I can use. And, meet me halfway. Speaking of Drew and Fuse, they put a DAS version of Meet Me Halfway out. I liked it halfway. So
You met him halfway.
I did some editing on it, and I just used it at my proms and went off. So
Heck yeah.
Shout out to Drew and Fuse.
Good job on the DAFs. Yeah.
Yeah, there were some things that I changed on it, and I hope they don't get upset about that. I can't imagine that they would, but I just didn't like the intro. I didn't like the intro. I didn't like the first verse.
Yeah.
How it was set up. So I just did a quick change and did an outro on it. So
I do like the DAFs edits. I like the Fuse Mania. I love the Icon edits. Ragoza.
Yep.
Oh, there's DJs attach their name to stuff. I'm like, oh yes,
yeah,
yes, please, more.
Yeah, so that's kind of the realm where I'm going to start dumping some stuff out there that I'm pretty proud of, and it will be under what is, my girls actually laughed at me because not the best speller in the world, and so we were on our drive, we were driving home maybe a week or so ago, and I was like, girls, you got to hear this version of a song, and up on the screen pops up the logo that I'm doing all these under, and it's just Joe.
Just Joe.
Because I didn't want to do like, oh, DJ, like
DJ.
So I'm just Joe. But it's
Joe.
J-U-U.
J-U-U.
And so the girls are like, you do know that that's spelled wrong, and I'm like, it's intentional. Like, I'm not that dumb. So they're like, whatever. Like, it sticks out, right?
It does. Just Joe.
Just Joe.
Just Joe. I like it. Just Joe edits coming to your.
So I'm hoping to get a little traction.
Heck yeah.
On that, just because I enjoy the piss out of it. I do.
Songs you hate to play. Got it. Just no thanks.
Line dances. The Meatloaf dashboard on the
Paradise, terrible, garbage.
9
minutes of garbage.
Yeah.
Time warp.
Jeez. What's the no. Old time rock and roll. Anything 80s.
Anything 80s.
Anything 80s. Not an 80s person. Come on, Eileen. Although it worked well.
This song hits hard with the right crowd.
It worked well enough at the Valpo prom, and the recording of that sucks.
Yeah.
So I think it's time to make an edit of it. So I'm gonna mess with that and put something behind it. Like it's not to take away from it by any means, but just it needs a little more behind it. I'm trying to think anything else that I'm just like,
yeah,
it's really not. I could never play I Want to Dance with Somebody again.
Really?
Yeah, I could.
You play that almost every wedding, and they always do dance with somebody.
I'm not saying that it doesn't work. I'm just saying
it's just not for you. You don't like it.
I'm just
not just Joe.
Yeah, it's just not my thing.
Just not Joe.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I can't think of anything else that really sticks out. Yeah, there's really nothing else that
Dude,
sticks out.
I have what's the term? The opposite of affinity. I hate the song Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh,
I'll play it. It hits. I can mix in and out of it. Not a fan. Love Shack. That's usually I mix those together. It's like people who like this one, they're gonna like Love Shack.
Yeah, I agree.
Footloose. No,
Yeah, I'm just
No.
that's an eye roller for me too.
I'm not going Footloose. No,
When I
sir.
see it on a Mustang, I'm just like, okay, like if this is your
Brown
day,
Eyed Girl. Shh, no,
I almost don't play that
absolutely not.
unless
It's a cocktail hour song at best, and even that's generous.
unless
Yeah.
it ends up from a bride and groom, like this has to be played.
Garbage.
Negative Ghost Rider.
Anything by Maroon 5.
Concur.
Their first like years in as a band, great. Now total garbage. Anything they've put out since is just nonsense. But the early years they were fantastic. But yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, guy can sing, but he's a garbage person, and he's not making good music.
Yeah.
Most trap music you can count me out of.
Yeah, like
Most trap music, I don't.
it's got to be.
It's just not my. It's just not my. It's not for me. I'll play whatever, but it's just not for me.
It's got to be besides Cinema, but the Skrillex version.
Mhm.
And this is a couple years ago with the bride. We were like 40 minutes in. It was a full floor. It was family time, and she's like, "I need it now," and I was like, "Oh, like
It's not
I
gonna
will."
go.
But it's going to do much better later. I'm like, it's going to clear this 100%.
Yes,
I have
we're
to
gonna
have
burn
it.
a good song.
Yeah, I have to have it. And I'm like, okay. Oh, like people looked at me like, what?
What have you done?
Yeah,
We liked you.
yeah. What is this? And
The look of betrayal.
and then she left the dance floor, and I was like,
Yeah. Mutiny. She mutinied.
oh my gosh.
Abandoned
I-
the ship. What is this DJ doing? This guy
I
sucks.
told you it was gonna do this, and now you're leaving me hanging. You're walking away in disgust with everybody else. I was like, oh my gosh, why did I do that? Yeah,
It's always like, it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit. No, it's not.
yeah. No.
There's a time and a place
I
for
normally
everything.
call the people, and not a bride though, never
Yeah.
bride, but anybody else. It's like bother me. I'm like, fine, we're gonna play it. What's your name?
Yeah. Well, I'll dedicate it to you.
Hey everybody, this song's gonna, if it doesn't work, if you guys don't like it, boo whatever his name is, because he's been on me all night to play it. Every once in a while it works. A lot of times it doesn't, and they boo him, and then we move on to the
I'm
next
fine
thing.
giving that guy all the credit, good and bad. It's not me is playing this.
And it's people enjoy it. I say it with sarcasm, so it works.
Song that if you see on a playlist, you're like, it's gonna be a good night. When you see a song, like they have on their request list.
I'm gonna go with the song I keep saying over and over, and I love it. The Spins, because if they like that, they're gonna like a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
And there are a whole bunch of other stuff that I know it is. We're gonna run into some Sammy Adams all night longer. Big Sean's gonna come out. We're gonna do all sorts of fun things, all over the place. Yeah.
Oh heck yeah.
We're gonna we're gonna enter adult land.
Yes,
And-
Adult Land. I like this place.
And yeah, and we're
Like to
gonna
visit
do some stuff, and we're gonna have lots. And generally, I've yet to have anybody that has had that on a song list that they're not fun people.
Mm-hmm.
So I see that, and it's like, of course, I know that they're fun people. The bride we just did a final meeting the other day, and she was trying to be very selective on stuff because how I have it listed on our planning form, and she's like, I just didn't want to put too much, and I was like, well, what else did you want to put on? And she has fantastic. Like I was like, this is gonna be, but I was like, in my head, you're missing a couple, but I'm not going to say anything. Like, what else did you want to put on here? She's like, I don't know. And I'm like, this seems like the spin should be on here.
Seems
And I'm like, and maybe even knock knock. And she's like, oh my God, I want both of those. And I'm like, but just put some more, put some more.
Heck yeah.
So, yeah, like that's to me, that always, I look at that and I'm like, yep,
We're going to have a good time.
we're gonna.
Yeah.
And even like if I see the A track, Heads a Roll or Pursuit of
Yeah.
Happiness, it's like,
Let's
Yep.
go.
Yep.
Let's go.
yep, that's where we're going.
Yeah. For me, it's bottoms up. Bottoms up.
Mm.
Bottoms up. That's it. I just know if you want that, like it's a play at your wedding. Okay. I know what you like. DJ got us falling in love. Ironically, like it's just a song. It's a certain era of music. But if people want it, I'm like, okay. I know like a bunch of other, like oh my god, OMG. That's another one. Or three times. Chris Brown.
Yeah.
There's just certain ones that I'm like, oh, okay. Like I get like 20 other 30 other songs that you want.
Your mind just goes.
Yes. It expands with options and opportunities that I think you and your crowd are gonna love. What's that artist? What is it? Is it Can't Hold Us?
Oh, Macklemore.
That song.
Okay, people, I'm saying it now. Gonna be a big song this year.
I'm playing it this weekend.
Yeah.
It's on my list.
Gonna be a big song. It came up in proms, and it's come up on a bunch of my personal ones, but also with the other guys.
Yeah.
Gonna be a big song, and if you think about it, we're about 10 years from
when it came out.
Yep.
And so now when they were young, now they want to party to that stuff.
Correct.
And I'm like, oh, I've been in the game long enough to where I remember what worked then. And now I'm going to come up with 10 others you haven't thought of because boom.
I pulled out my old laptop that I was using from 2011 to 2015 the other day and fired that up to go through the history of stuff to see what I'm serious.
I love it.
I was going through the dates because of course, I have the calendar still, the written calendar for this, but I was going through when I had homecomings, proms, and middle school dances to see what was being requested because that's our people now,
dude.
So that was when that was it was played every single time, and then I was like, oh yeah, but a song that I'm sleeping on. You say DJ got fallen or from DJ fallen on. I'll say that's a song I've been sleeping on.
Yeah.
And I say that I didn't like how it started.
Sure.
Yeah, I just didn't like how it started. But the chorus is great. And I literally just made an edit for it so I can use it. That's one of the good things about making your own stuff is you can make it to how you're going to play it.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything. I didn't mess with it at all other than making it to where I can play it.
Yeah.
Because I hated the there was no great mixing point on it, and I just didn't like it. But now I've got a version that I can use, so that's probably a song that I 100% have slept on.
Heck yeah! I mean, there's an energy in that song that is undeniable.
I agree.
It's a
great call.
And you can get into Dynamite, you can get into Blurred Lines. I mean, there's so many other songs at that BPM range from the same era. TikTok, pretty much anything by Kesha is in that range.
Huge, going to be huge again. Huge.
Let's go.
Huge.
It's the 20 teens. We're back.
I saw the 2026 is going to be 2016. So, but yeah, I think Kesha's going to be another big one. I see her coming up, and it's not TikTok. That is it's Blow.
Dude, that goes.
My love is my drug.
Yes. We are who we are.
We are who we.
Oh my gosh, dude, I've been doing some 303 lately. Dude.
Okay.
Talk about some nasty boys.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. I completely forgot.
Mickey Avalon.
Mickey Avalon.
Some dirty ones by those guys.
Okay.
Yeah. You find the right crowd, the right era. I'm like, oh yeah, I was in college once. Yeah. No, I partied. Yeah. It's good to see kind of, 10 years plus now young people getting married like, oh yeah, we want this stuff from when we were like young.
Yeah. I
was like, okay, cool. These do go in cycles,
It's that nostalgia and the thing. So yeah, I'm excited about this year, just the stuff that has been coming across. Like I have some weddings that are going to really challenge me with music, and then some weddings that I'm going to be like from start to finish, we're going hard. We are going.
You guys
hard,
better stretch and hydrate.
And it's I don't know if you have this on your sheet or not. And I'd like to take credit for it, but I can't remember where I saw it. But anyway, literally asking your bride what level of 1 to 10 her dancing she's going to do, level of 10 groom's going to do, level 1 to 10 of what she believes her guests are going to do, and 1 to 10 what she wants the overall party to be.
Ooh, that's good. Scale it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it opens up conversations.
Yes.
About, you
said this, why not
this,
or what would it take to be this?
Yeah, it's like, oh, I want a 9. Okay. A 9, I'm going to need you the entire night for it to be a 9.
That's right.
To do that, I need both of you for that.
Yeah.
You can't be smoking cigars for an hour and
it's going to be 7 or 8 if not.
Yeah, like we can't. Or when I see, I just had a bride list of 4, and I was like, okay. Why a 4? And she's like, I'm just afraid that no one's going to have a good time. And I'm like, girl.
Oh.
I'm like, and she heard her score, she had given herself like an 8, maybe a 7, 8, 7.5. And I was like, okay, you're going to, so how much dancing you're going to do? And she goes, other than like getting something to drink, I'm not leaving a dance floor. I'm like, your party's not going to be a 4. I said, because everyone's going to be around you. And I looked at her fiance and I said, you may at some point disappear, but you'll come back. I said, it may be a couple of beverages in, and maybe, towards the last hour and a half. And he goes, oh, last hour and a half, I'll be there. I'm like, we're not going to have a score that low. I promise, 100%, it's not going to happen. But she was so worried that she's like, well, I've been to weddings where everybody leaves, and I'm like, I said, we're going to keep them. We're going to keep them. Yeah, we're going to keep them. Don't worry.
You stay on that dance floor.
I'm like, let's set the expectation a little bit higher. So we changed it.
I love that. I would love to sit down with like a bunch of DJs and come up with like an actual rating system from like 1 to 10, like rating a wedding, rating a dance floor. Like, what are the things we need to see that is like, it can't be this if it's this. And we do that every wedding. We haven't sat down and actually written in paper, but we're pretty close.
Yeah.
Like it can't be a 10 if we didn't get tipped. It can't be a 10 if they don't write a review. It can't be a 10 if there were any technical problems.
Yeah.
It can't
it can't, if technical problems, if you save the day.
Sure. I mean like technical problems that anybody noticed.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know as well as I do, there's a lot of stuff that I am figuring out on the fly before anyone notices, or there's a dropout, but I fix it, or, that kind of thing.
You're the person that notices is you.
Yes, yeah.
The rest of the night you're sweating, hoping.
Yes. But there are things where I'm like, oh no, technically perfect. All of our equipment worked exactly as it should and outperformed. Everything was perfect. There was no issues, and so it can't be a 10 if there was a major issue that the guests or somebody noticed. And then I'm trying to think. There was other things. Is like bride and groom, the amount of time they're on the floor.
Yeah.
Did we do a custom kind of unique memory to their wedding? Those kind of things. Versus like a 7 or 8 is like, yeah, it was fine. We played all the requests. Like we played a lot of the guest requests. People had fun.
Yeah.
People had a good time. We did our contractual obligation to 7 or 8. It's good. It's fine.
We did.
Those aren't fun, in my opinion.
Everything that we could do.
Yeah.
It just never, like, we can't control the group.
That's it.
Or
the weather or whatever factor that's limiting. Usually I can name it. It's just like, I don't think this is us. We're doing everything we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is this group. This is this day of the week that they're getting married.
Yeah.
It's a Sunday. Everyone's tired or something. Or Saturday after Thanksgiving. Don't get married then. Terrible day to get married.
I don't normally book anything.
I do, and I've just have done so many of them now that I don't book your wedding Saturday after Thanksgiving. It sounds like a good idea. Everybody's so tired. They're burnt out. They don't want to dance and party because
they've eaten.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're always doing things all 3 of those days. They get to Saturday for your wedding, and they're tired.
Yeah, the excitement's gone.
Sounds cool. It's not. It sounds like a good idea in in reality, in real life practice.
I guess I never thought about that.
Everybody's
earlier.
exhausted and had too much food, and they've had all the fun, and they're also talked out. They've met with all their relatives and all the old friends from high school or whatever. I mean, everybody's Saturday after your wedding, after Thanksgiving, is not the way. If you want a great wedding, don't do it then.
Yeah, my
Great-
wife would
great
kill
dance
me
floor.
if I booked a wedding on that weekend, and so I don't think I've proposed it to anybody else in the past probably 4 or 5 years because I know the response that I got the last time. So those come in and they
I've
just
done a few of them.
Yeah.
Every time it's you're struggling to get them out there.
Hmm.
So, it's a good idea, but
yeah,
it
people are
doesn't.
in town, whatever.
Just because you think something's a good idea and it should work doesn't mean it does work when you
Makes
factor in
complete sense to
the
me.
human
Mike.
factor of it all.
You got my vote.
All right.
Makes complete sense.
Well, Joe, I just so appreciate you coming on the podcast year after year, time after time. People want to get to know you or they want to book you. What's the best way they can reach out?
Don't go into a Facebook group and arrestedsounds.com. It's the easiest way on any, if you do Google Arrested Sounds, you can't find me between Google reviews, between the website, between social media. There's enough presence out there. Put a review in. I will follow up a lickety split, and we'll go from there.
I love it. Well, thanks so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. #1 podcast.
Let's go. Well, guys, we will see you at your wedding. Thanks.